And good morning everyone, welcome to Ladies Premier League for 2017, and I am here to do the rundown for the last 3 rounds of the home and away season just before the finals commence next week. So thanks again to Prosecco Brown Brothers for supporting the event and supplying the ladies some refreshments at the end of their round. I'm just going to quickly run through from round 7 onwards some of the results we've got here. 8 Tarts defeated Lorraine's Lovelies, not Lovely Ladies, they're all lovely ladies. Lorraine's Lovelies. Fairways Fillies were the winners over Lee's Legends, 134 to 120. Pitch Perfect had the bye that week. Cheerful Chippers just over Odds and Sods, which I think definitely put them in good stead for the finals. Starting next week, as I said. Nora and Patsy defeated the Iron Ladies 123 to 76. So good scores for that week were Marion Motley with the Fairway Fillies. She had 38 points, and Nolene King 34 points with Nora and Patsy helped her team deliver the win that week. So well done, girls. I'll just flip over to round 8. In round 8 was a draw for Lorraine's Lovelies and Fairway Fillies. They both had 131 apiece, which was excellent scoring. That was on the 19th of April. 8 Tarts went down to Pitch Perfect, 140. So Pitch Perfect on top of the ladder, so they continued their winning ways, which was great. Cheerful Chippers, again a close one for them, 139 to 132 over Lee's Legends. Then Nora and Patsy had the bye, but a good score for 129. Odds and Sods defeated Iron Ladies. Poor old Iron Ladies have struggled in those couple of weeks. Good scores for that week. The 19th of April, round 8, was Marie Collins, had 38 points for the Pitch Perfect team. Susan Hull again and Ruth Turpin on their winning ways from earlier in the season with the Cheerful Chippers, 36 and 35 respectively. And Barb Sands had the best score of the day by a mile, was 41 points, so an awesome round. She plays for the Odds and Sods team. That's great scoring, 41 points. I remember her coming in, she was excited which is really good. So we'll go round 9 results, which was played just last week, the 26th of April. Pitch Perfect played Lorraine's Lovelies. Had 119 win over them, 119 to 96. Great scoring. Fairway Fillies defeated Cheerful Chippers, 129 to 113. 8 Charts defeated Nora and Patsy, 117 to 104. Lee's Legends easily accounted for the Iron Ladies, 112 to 95, and the Odds and Sods had the bye. So we finished up with some notable scores that week. Rosalie Drill 35 points for 8 Tarts, and Leela Ritchie 34 points for Fairway Fillies. It was a tough day. The wind was blowing, it was cold. It was our first, I think it only got to about 10 or so degrees. It was a shocking day, but numbers were up. The field was still pretty full, which is awesome. And everyone was here to play their Premier League, even though the conditions weren't great. But some good scoring. I think 36 won the day, so that's a pretty hard day. The Premiership table. I'll run through the final Premiership table of the home and away season. So in first position, Pitch Perfect with a score with 32 points. They were on top of the ladder. Fairway Fillies were in second place. Fairway Fillies with 26, same amount of points as Cheerful Chippers. So they finished in 3rd place. Lee's Legends rounded out the top 4. So that's your top 4 and your finals series sorted. Lorraine's Lovelies just missed out. Odds and Sods also. Iron Ladies, 8 Tarts, and Nora and Patsy finished on the bottom. Unfortunately, Nora and Patsy. Anyway, next year. So to the finals. The first match will be played between Pitch Perfect, who finished on top, and Lee's Legends, who were 4th placed. So some of the ladies that may need to perform over the next week. It is played on next Wednesday, the 3rd of May. Di Simons, Dale Hawes started the year great, but has dropped away over the last couple of weeks. But Di and Dale are over at Mansfield, I think, practicing their games for next week. so that should stand him in good stead. Mary Collins had a couple of good weeks, so she's coming into form at the right time. Felicity Douglas and Marie Civarella be good for them to stand up and perform for their team as well. But Lee's legends, obviously Lee as captain needs to step up a little bit. Who else have we got there? So Lynn James, I think, has been struggling just with the comments she's made in the shop. Heather Berryman, I think she needs to step up a little bit. And overall as a team, I think that team needs to lift to be able to defeat the top of the table pitch perfect team. In match 2, we've got Fairway Fillies and Chairful Chippers. So some good scorers in that team. Marion Watley did well last week, so she might be coming, or not last week, the week before, coming into form. Chris Kelly probably needs to find a little bit of form as well. And Joy Adams, she's been putting in a little bit lately too, so hopefully her form will shine through. With the Cheerful Chippers, it's really a team of 2, isn't it? Ruth Turpin and Susan Hull have been holding that team together all year. So we just need some of the others, Anne McPherson, Glenda Phillips, Lorraine Bowman, Debbie Michael to show up, Kay Sargentson put in a good one, and Christine also to step up. She did do well, Christine, I think, in the last round or the last couple of rounds, so she might be coming into form just to help the other 2 out. But Ruth Turpin and Susan Hull, definitely the 2 standouts in that team. If those ladies are down, then Fairway Fillies should have a win, but we'll just wait and see. I'm not going to make a prediction, it's too close to call, so I hope it's a great week. So I'm looking forward to that, that's good. And we have got some funny stories. I've got Debbie Michael. She was struggling to play out of the bunkers. I think it was way back on the 12th of April. Struggling to play out of the bunkers, couldn't get them up. Out, and I think she had a little bit of a not a whinge. She doesn't whinge, Debbie, I don't think anyway. But she was just saying how bad a day she had in the bunkers. And then I'm not sure who noticed it, but maybe even she did after a little while, that the reason she was having such a poor day in the bunkers is because she was actually using a 5-iron to try and get out. And as we all know, that sometimes a 5 can be mistaken with an S. To some people, but the way that golf clubs are designed, I suppose that the 5-iron has got a little bit less loft than a sand wedge, and maybe when you put the club on the ground you may have noticed that it was a bit flat faced and the ball wasn't going to go up. So Debbie, a little bit of an okay mistake to make to start with, but once you've got the club on the ground and you're looking down at the ball, you should see that there's a bit more angle on the face of that sand wedge to get the ball up. So yeah, so maybe that's another one that could head to Specsavers as well. So another one from one of the ladies, I'm not sure who came in and put this one down. Quickly ran in the shop and wrote this down and quickly ran out, but so I haven't got any information on who brought it in, but Chris Fleming apparently had an area on the 11th East. Now that's not uncommon, but Chris is one of our club champion, past club champion ladies. I suppose that we wouldn't expect her to do it, but for those ladies that are just starting the game and have only played, I suppose, for the last year or so, it can happen to anybody. So keep up the good work, Chris. I know it doesn't happen very often, but one particular lady thought it was funny, and she made mention of it in here, so I have to read it out. The last one is quite a humorous one. As I said, the conditions on Wednesday were a little bit rough. Poor old Cheryl Ashworth lives just across the road and generally walks to the course before her round. Tony Beck was driving along in the car and saw Cheryl walking and stopped to have a chat. Cheryl obviously assumed that she was going to pick her up and then bring her to golf, because the weather was a bit rough, a bit windy, a bit cold, and maybe even looked like it might have had a little bit of rain. So Cheryl thought, that's nice of Tony, I'll take that. So anyway, Tony started talking, as Tony does. Had a little bit of a chat for a while, stopped their chat, and then Tony drove off without Cheryl in the car. Didn't even stop to pick her up, she just stopped to have a chat. Tony, let's just say that's reasonably normal for Tony. She does love a chat. but did forget to even offer Cheryl a ride. Nolan King was coming in after Tony. Thought, oh, that's weird, and said something to Cheryl, something to the tune of, oh, you obviously don't want a ride, Cheryl. And then then Cheryl then said, yeah, I'd love a ride, it's freezing out here and it looks like it's going to rain, but Tony just wanted to talk. She didn't want to give me a lift. So that would have been quite funny for Nolene and Cheryl, I would imagine. Okay, ladies, you may see a newsletter around the club. Amy's put together a newsletter, a little bit of information on the course, which is really interesting. The irrigation works that are going on, worth a read, just so that you can keep informed with the way the club's going. The Manager's Shield is on, a couple of events that are coming up, Pars and Birdies and Sunday Social Lights. Sunday Social Lights is on the 7th of May and Pars and Birdies the 28th of May. So get in for those ones. A little bit of a report off Peter to do with the renovations, which is interesting reading, and a couple of specials, Mother's Day as well. So buffet lunch advertising in there as well. So grab that, you'll see it around the club. Anyway, ladies, so thank you very much for listening, and good luck in the finals. And we'll be back soon. Thank you very much, and thanks to Brown Brothers Prosecco, and play well.
G'day everyone, my name's Stephen Loader, one of the golf pros here at the Rich River Golf Club Resort. For the people who don't know me, I'd like to talk to you today about a project that we're getting involved in here at the Rich River Golf Club called Jono's Run, something which I'm an ambassador for and very excited to be involved with a lot of like-minded people in our community. We're raising funds to build a home and 2 units for people with disability. The home will cater for people who require assistance 24 hours a day, and the units will incorporate assistive technology to help people live a more independent lifestyle. So it's a wonderful thing to be involved in, and Jono's Run, the club were involved last year and have got on board again this year. Last year we had a team of runners head down to Melbourne, Run Melbourne, which is culminates with all the fundraising across the year, and then we finish off with that event with people running different distances from 5Ks or run or walk for that matter, 5 kilometres right through to half marathon distance, which I completed last year and I'm aiming to do the same again this year if my body allows me to do such a thing at my age. But what I'd really like to talk to you about is what Rich River are doing for Jono's Run this year, and we're having a fundraising golf day. That golf day will be something we've never done before, something we've spoken about here for a while and had different ideas on, and the opportunity to work in with the Opening Doors project. The timing of trying to run this event works perfectly for both. So we're holding a par 3 day, so a 12-hole short course 2-person Ambrose event. All participants will include the use of a golf cart, free use of our driving range, drink vouchers and finger food on the day. It's a 2 o'clock start, and we're turning every hole into a par 3 now. They won't just be spots where you'll play from just directly in front of the hole. We're going to put the tees, move them around into different spots where a lot of you have probably never played from before, although some of you, if you play the way I do, might have already experienced playing to those greens from those positions. So yeah, it'll be something we've never seen before, and it's pretty exciting to be involved with. Our sponsors for the day, so every hole will have a prize to the minimum value of $150 retail on the 12 holes, along with our first, second, third prize for the day. So if you don't happen to get one of our nearest the pins, you still may be in the running if you have a good day to win one of our overall prizes. And some of the things that you'll be playing for as far as nearest the pins: Community Living and Respite are providing us with a brand new golf bag with a dozen balls. Coca-Cola, $150 worth of product. The same with Callaway Golf. As you see, one of our sponsors on board. Limelight, which some of you may or may not have seen. They're providing a limo ride for 1 hour. So if anyone's got a dead ball coming up or a wedding or something like that, might be a great opportunity to turn that into a really special day. Sport Leisure, $150 clothing voucher at the Pro Shop to purchase some of any of their quality brands. Echuca Printers on board with 1,000 business cards, so any local businesses might be a great opportunity to save some money there, and then also allow you to put some money back into our project. Echuca Mazda and Mitsubishi on board with a $150 service voucher. Strixon Golf providing a Cleveland wedge plus fitting to the value of $200, so that's awesome. Echuca Paddle Steamers, 2 Wharf to Winery tickets. Titleist providing 2 dozen Pro V1 golf balls to the value of $180. Pro Shop, 3 Titleist gloves and a dozen balls, also in excess of $180. And the golf club itself are putting up a 6 golf cart hires to the value of $200. So some fantastic one-shot wonder prizes, but also there'll be great prizes on the day for our winning 3 teams. So $250 a pair, so $125 each. Keeping in mind a vast majority of that money is going back towards raising funds for our project. So it's Rich River's way of trying to give something back. We're obviously donating the course for the day, and we just need all the people out there, friends, family, supporters of this great group to get some time free, put your hand in your pocket and support this wonderful cause and this will be a great day. I said unique, never been done here before, and we can't wait. So if you want any more details, contact the Pro Shop on 54813372, or you can go to our tournaments page at the Rich River website, and you'll be able to download an entry form from there, or you can pick up entry forms from the Pro Shop. I'm sure if you called into Community Living and Respite, they would also be able to pass an entry form on to you. So it will be limited, obviously, for numbers, with only 12 holes available and only par 3. So it's not going to be a field of 200 players. It'll be limited to probably between 60 and 80 players tops. So get in early, get behind this great cause, and we can't wait to see you all out there on the day. Thank you.